Okay, hope I'm live at the moment, and this is the first live stream video I've kind of done to show the CMS. I've only ever done one other live video, and that was a age ago, so let's see how this goes. I'm just going to check some stuff out before I get going. Testing, yep, okay, I think we're good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this going. So this live stream, basically on the forum over at Talk Graphics, a couple of users wanted me to do a live stream showing how the CMS works and just give a bit of a demo on it and how it might work with Xara as well. So I'm just going to do probably just a short 20-minute live video, giving a quick overview of things. So it might last a bit longer. Not sure, see how it will go. But yeah, let's get cracking anyway. So I will just make sure, yep, you can see this. Get it out of the way. Okay, so this is the demo website that I have set up for, at the moment for the CMS. You can see the URL up the top here. And if you want to, you can look at this website live. So I'm just going to click this here to open in a new tab. So this is the demo website that's actually that you can visit. The URL's here. You can get through it from the XT-CMS.com website as well. But it's pretty much a Xara theme. One of the older ones now at this stage. But you know, it's the same principles and everything. It's actually exported from the latest version of Xara. So. But basically has the home page, has an about page. I'm not sure how quick or slow this is going to go because I'm streaming at the moment through wireless as well, so this could be a bit laggy. Let's see how it goes. Come on. By the way, if you are joining live and you have any questions or anything like that to ask as I'm doing this, I'll check the comments every so often. If there's any there, I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, let's try a different one. Click on another page. Okay, so this is another page showing mobile. Let me just go back to about. It should work, yeah. There's an about page. Mobile page is showing that you can have a mobile version of the site and a desktop version. It has a demo blog, which is here, and you can click through into the different posts. It has a demo store page that kind of shows off the e-commerce features. Gallery page that just shows one of the Xara's galleries that you can pretty much embed and use with the CMS as well. And it has a contact page and a contact form on it as well. So that's the site. You can visit that, and anything I do or change will take effect on that site. So you could actually, if you wanted to open in a different window, or just after this video is done, I might put it up on YouTube, and you know, you can see the demo site where it was done as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the CMS area. This is the back end of that website, and this is the content management system. And up the top, you just have the name of your website up here, which you can change. Over on the right, there's a dev mode button. There's a help feature. If you click on that, it'll give you help for all the different sections, and of course you can log out here as well. So the top on the left then is the menu where you'll get to all the things you can do. So view website, if you click on that, that'll just open your home page in a new tab, so you can preview what your website looks like. And then this section here is managing content. So you've got categories, articles for your blog, products if you're using e-commerce, listings, actually ignore that for the moment, and terms and conditions. So you can edit the terms and conditions for your website. So let me go through these things, I guess. First, or will I give an overview? I'll give an overview of the whole menu, I guess. So then you've got users, customers. If you click on the users, it'll show you all the users who have registered on your website. If a customer makes an order, they will have an account on your website, and they'll all be accessible in there. Any orders that are placed on your website will be here. You can have subscriptions as well. So you can have a product on your website that creates a subscription, and subscriptions can be renewed and they can auto expire, send email reminders, things like that. So you might have that for certain products. Applications, ignore that as well. I'm actually supposed to disable listings and applications, so completely ignore them. They're kind of work in progress features. Messages, that's for anyone who posts comments on the blog, on your blog posts. Messages can be moderated in there, so you can drop these down. So tools is the next thing. Coupons allows you to add coupons for coupon codes or automatic discounts for your e-commerce products and stuff like that. The mailer allows you to mail all your users. It's kind of like a newsletter facility, or just to let people know, information on your website or whatever, the latest news or something like that. It's basically plain text. Now, it wouldn't be like a full HTML. I wouldn't recommend it for using newsletters, but it is there if you need to notify all your registered users easily. You can use that facility. I'll go through it quickly as well later. The backup feature for backing up all your data. Import is for importing like a CSV file of products or users or something like that. Mobile mode will switch it to mobile mode, but we don't want that because we're going to be using desktop here. And then you've got the advanced options down here. So the configuration is the main. It's the first thing you'll go to when you install the CMS first, and you basically do your basic settings in there. Settings is for configuring everything else on the CMS. Maintenance has a bunch of maintenance kind of features, like PHP info shows you what version of PHP you have, and the system log gives you a log of information from what the CMS has been doing and stuff like that. So let's start at the top and go through the different things one at a time. It'll take a long time to go through everything in detail, so I kind of want to not spend too long on any one thing. Probably the most crucial things that are of interest to people to get going would be the best. So categories are the most important thing, because a category is like a page in your website, or it can be a multitude of pages. If there are like product listings or blog posts in a category, then the listings would spread across different pages. So looking at the categories here at the moment, our home page is actually category 0, which is this one here. And if we want to edit, if we want to view the page live, we can click on this here, and if we want to edit it, we can click on the button over here. So we have a couple of different pages here that I went through earlier that we can see. The about page is probably a good one. Let me have a look at that. So if we click edit on this one, you can then edit that particular category. It's a category, but it's like we're just using it as a page on the website. It's one single page. So you put your name in here. You can set it to active or inactive. If you set it to inactive, pretty much kind of takes the page down without deleting it. So it will give a 404. Is that right? Yeah, I think it's a 404 not found. Then you can nest categories or give them a hierarchy. So this is the root. This is a root category, but you could like have say a blog category, and then under the blog category you could have different sections or whatever. This is the slug, so I use this for friendly URLs. So because it says about, if you look up here when I go to the about page, you can see that it's using a friendly URL, which is like just a /about part of the URL. So instead of saying something like, you might see about.html or about.php, it allows you to customize that URL, and it makes it nice and short and friendly. So that's that. The content area is where you edit the text on the page. Actually, this doesn't have any, so I assume this page doesn't actually. Let me go back to the home page instead. Okay, so the home page seems to be using dynamic content. So basically the about page here, as you see it, is probably just done in Xara, and there's no dynamic content on that particular page. But if we click on the home page, this content here is done through the CMS. So for example, we'll just quickly go in, edit something. So it says dynamic content for via CMS. So we just go, you know, testing this out, and then you scroll down to the bottom here and just hit save category. And then when you go back and preview the page, you can see the new heading is there. So make sure this is all coming out across on the stream. Hopefully it is. So that allows you to basically edit the text and content on your page here. You can set your meta description here and your meta keywords. If you set these in your page templates, like if you do it in Xara, whatever you set here will override it. So you can fully edit your keywords and stuff and your descriptions and all that sort of stuff through the CMS. Category images allows you to add an image to the page. So let me see, it's probably, I'm not sure this is a dynamic page, but we can give it a go. So basically, I think I have some images I got here for testing. So here's one of a phone, and just add the image. And when you add your images, they'll appear here, and you can assign them to a particular tag that you have on your page template, or if it's a product page or a news page, you can assign it to the gallery, and it will show your images in a little slider gallery. You can set the alt text for the image. You can actually link the image to another page or wherever you want, and you can just delete it. If you want to put it into your content area, I'll just scroll up here. You can just click and drag it into your content area up here like this, and you can resize it. If you click on image properties, you should be able to drag it in as well. I'll have to check that out. Dimensions, so whatever, say 300 by 300. It's probably going to be out of proportion, or just leave it 300 wide actually, and hit update, and that just puts your image in the page. So then if I save this category again and look at the live page here, you can see the image has been added in, and this is actually a dynamic page, because I think it is anyway, because the page is actually, the footer has gone down and it extends the content. So I'll just test that real quick. So if, for example, I'll just put in some test paragraphs here, so bump, let's copy these. So just a bunch of content like that, and save the category, and just refresh this page now. Yeah, and so this is using the dynamic page. So you can see how even though it's a Xara static website and page, it extends to accommodate the content that you're putting in through the CMS. So that's good. All right, let me just delete all that there because it looks a bit all over the place. And save this category. Okay, let me just check, see if there's anybody, participants. Okay. Okay, so that's categories. That's the most important section of the CMS. And just to quickly show you some of this from Xara's end as well, so you can see how that works. So if I just open Xara here, we just switch over to it. Okay, so this is looking in Xara Designer Pro, and this here is the theme that I've used to upload into the demo. So basically, you define your content area that you want, your dynamic content from the CMS, where you want it to show on your page. So I'm looking at the home page here at the moment, and this green box or placeholder defines where your content is going to appear. So if you just click on this and have a look at the placeholder code, really it's just this one special tag here, page content, and that lets the CMS know that's where you want the content to go. Now you can actually add additional content areas to the page, so you could, if you wanted, do page content here, and you could create another placeholder. So I'm just, for example, copy that. Say you wanted some content, a different content area. So let me just show you. No, never mind. Yeah, so what you would do is edit the placeholder for this one. And where it says page content, you would say page content underscore and whatever you want to call it. So my extra, or I don't know, my section 2 or something. Section 2, whatever, it can be whatever you want. And when you import that into the CMS, then it detects the 2 content areas, and it allows you to add your text into, for each of them it'll give you a different area to put that in. Okay, so again, if I switch back over to the CMS here, I'll just show you what I'm talking about. Turn that back. So edit this one here. So yeah, so this is a main content area here, and it would create another one of these below it for the other section. So you can add multiple sections to a page template. Now, so that's how that works. Articles are for if you want to post, make a blog post on your website. So I'll just click on articles. It lists the different articles you have here. And if you want to add a new one, you just click add, and it's kind of a similar interface with the content, the keyword, the description and stuff like that. You give your article a title. So I guess I'll do this and just show you how it works. So we'll call this demo blog post. Okay, and we're just going to put that into here, copy and paste it for speediness. Give it another paragraph. Okay, so it's 2 test paragraphs. Won't bother with the description or the keywords. So when you've got your blog post, you need to select the category that you want it to go in. So in this case, we want our blog post to appear under the blog category, which is this one here. So I select that. If you don't select the category and you create a blog post, it'll be very hard to find on the website unless you give a direct link to it. But once you select the category, it will list all the blog posts in that category. So I've selected that one. Okay, you can add an image to it if you want, which I guess we will do. Add this one. Page template is default. I might have, you can have different page templates for different sections of your website. So am I looking at, yeah. So if I go back to Xara, over on the right are the different pages I have here that I'm using, and I have one here for blog. So you could, this is just the one I'm using for blog, I guess, because it has the heading up here with the text and stuff like that. So I'll select this one for my blog article, so it'll use that actual page template. What else can we do here? Comments and stuff like that. I'll just leave all this as default, and I will click add article. Okay, so new article, demo blog post added. So if we click this link, it'll show us our blog post that we just created, which is here now. And if we were to go up to the blog section of our website, you can see the blog post we just created is now shown up here as well. And as you add blog posts, more and more of them, it automatically creates new pages down here, your links to go backwards through, chronological order. Hang on a second. I forgot to switch back. Oh dear. Okay guys, I don't know how long you've been looking at the Xara screen. I'm very sorry about that. So, oh dear. Oh damn, I don't know how long I was talking with that wrong. Well, live stream noob, so please excuse me for that. So I'll carry on talking about the store section, which is where I am at the moment. So yeah, you can add products to your store. The same as the articles, you can add different images like this, and you create a gallery them. You can blow them up like that. Your description, this one is set to info only, so there's no buy now button, but if we go back to the store, and this one here has an add to cart, so if we click into that one, we get the option to actually purchase this one. So we can add that to our cart, continue shopping, or just go to checkout. If we go to checkout, you know, it's pretty much just a normal shopping cart. You go click on the checkout process, then you fill in your details here, and then you go into shipping section, and then the confirm order page, and then the pay now page. So that's all, you know, they're fully functional. If you're a returning customer and you had an existing user account, you can just log in and it will fill in all your information automatically. But just to show you, I'll add a product here. So how to do that, just click over on products and click add. So yeah, welcome to the stream. If you are watching live, thank you very much for joining. So yeah, adding a new product. So just call this demo product. You can put a product code in, which would be kind of like you know, maybe a manufacturer ID or something like that if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to. Then you put your price in, either net or gross, and you can select the tax level. So we'll select tax there. We'll put in whatever, 20, and it adds the tax onto it as well. If you want to add some special text, if you're on a special offer, you can put it in here. It'll appear beside the price, and then your description for the product you would put here. So we'll just copy this text for quickness sake again, paste some in, a couple of paragraphs just to show you. You can also put images and things in here as well if you want. Your description, your keywords. You can specify weight and volume. This is basically used in some of the shipping calculations and stuff like that, depending on what ones you have chosen. And then select categories. This is important. It's like the article. If you don't select your category, basically you won't be able to see your product on the website without a direct link to it. But by just selecting our store category here, e-commerce CMS demo with shopping cart system, yeah, that's our store page there, I'm pretty sure. Product options allows you to add some options like size or color or things like that. So for example, say the product came in large and small, you would put in your option as size, you put in the value is small, and the price either adds to the price or equals the price. So you could say it's for small, it doesn't add anything. Maybe that's the default price. And then we would add large, and that would add maybe 5 onto it or something like that. So we click that. So now that'll give us 2 drop options. I'll show you when we add it. The page template. Do I have one for the store? I don't know. I'll just leave it at default for now anyway. Behavior add to cart. This is like if you set that to info only, it'll display your product, but people won't be able to, they won't get an add to cart button to actually purchase it. So you can still display your products that way if you want. Customer notes, things like that. I'm gonna just bypass some of this stuff, subscriptions and all that. So let's just add that product. And once you add the product, then if you click on this, it should show you your product live on the website. So this is it. We never added any images. Let's just go back and edit the product, and we're just going to add a couple of images here again to it. Browse. Boom, just add these 2 cakes again. Yeah, that one. And that one. Oh, what am I doing? I just clicked that button there. Okay, so if we refresh this now. Okay, so this is our product page that we just created. It's really quick for adding products. And this is the option box I was showing you. So we have the option of small or large. If we select large and add this to cart. The text is actually there, but actually it's very faint. That's a CSS coloring issue. You can edit how everything looks, all text, colors, all that, fonts and stuff. But I'll just add this large one to cart and go to checkout. And so you can see we have here the two products that we added. So we click checkout and go through the process of purchasing the two products. So that's how you add some products to your website. Your terms and conditions, if you want to edit your terms and conditions, you can do that all in here. And if someone creates an order on your website, it'll be there. The configuration page is for setting up. When you first set up the CMS, you put in your website email address and stuff like that. You select your theme that you're using, and all that sort of stuff. So that's pretty much the overview of it. Let's have a drink. What else can I show? Let me have a switch back to Xara here for a second. Okay, so let me show. Oh yeah, so the contact page, for example, if you want to add a contact form on your website, you just create a placeholder and edit the page code for it. And in this case, I've just added page content. So that means in the CMS I'm using, I'm actually specifying that it's a contact form. So how do I switch back to that now? Okay. So we go to categories and then we go to our contact page, which is here, and edit that. You can see I have the special tag contact form in here. So that's telling us that we want a contact form to appear for our content. But equally so, I could have just used that special tag in the placeholder instead of page content, and I would just kind of directly display it then without having to do it this way. But this way allows us to add extra content around it. So for example, if I write in some test content here and then push that down a bit and save it, and then we go to our contact page. So you can see the contact form is here, and the test content that I just added is appearing above it there as well. So you know, that's kind of the overall gist of it. You know, the ability to, you know, just add products, blog posts, you know, your categories are allow you to automatically generate pages for your products and your blog posts. And you know, when you're working on your theme for Xara, for example, you don't have to use Xara, but I use Xara, and it's great. It's quick for doing website design. So you know, that's why I choose to use it. But you can use, you know, probably hand coded page templates, or you know, whatever program you use will probably work, because really you're just putting in a special tag which allows the content to come out in whatever page templates you design. So the thing is, you don't have to create your page templates a certain way. You know, the CMS will just inject the content into whatever way you design your page. Okay, so that's it. The main gist of it all. Pages that I have over here in the theme, the one thing to bear in mind is you always need a default page. So instead of having an index page, you would have a default page, and the CMS will always, if you don't specify a page template for a purpose, for say a blog post or a category, then it will always revert back to the default one. So always have your default page template there, and other than that, you can create them with any name you want, and put whatever you want on them. You don't have to have a dynamic content area. You can just have a straightforward page with like the about page here, which is just completely done in Xara, and the CMS will still output that as is. Or you can, you know, like this blog, this is actually the blog template, so the content area is this green placeholder, and that's it really. So you could like have a theme with just one page template if you wanted with default, or you can add ones for different sections and areas. And that's pretty much the overview. I don't want to go into lots of details on some of the other stuff, because it'll be a long time explaining it all. Settings, for example, if you want to, when you create a new category, for example, you can set the default values for that for every new category you create. So these are default values, and you can also apply them to any existing categories using this. You can batch apply it, and you get the same for articles, images. Page code is good. If you have a widget or something that you need to add, and you need to add some special code into either the header section of the website, or just after the body tag, or just before the closing body tag, you can put some code into these, and it'll apply to every page on your website. So you have that handy feature for doing that there. What else have we got? User groups. You can restrict access to anything, pages, products, articles, categories, whatever. You can say registered users only access and view certain things if you want. So you could do that through user groups. Create user group, give it permissions, and then add different users to the user group so that they work with those permissions. Taxes and currency. For the e-commerce, you can add your tax rates here. You can select your currency that the CMS will use. There's a bunch of them here, but you can add your own as well. It's just a matter of editing the text file to add extra currencies. You can select the B2B option, basically displays products with prices without the tax, and then adds it at the confirm order page or something like that, I think. But normally you would leave that off so that it displays the prices with the tax included. The checkout page. So above your checkout, you can display some text. There's some extra options you can choose. You can choose the countries that you want to be able to bill and deliver to, and you can select some default countries too. So, you know, if I was to select whatever, Albania here, and then on the drop down of the countries, Albania will be at the top, and then you would get the list of the rest underneath. Shipping. So these are different shipping options you can enable and adjust. I won't go into all the details of all the different ones, but basic one is flat rate. If you want to apply a flat rate shipping to your orders, you can click on this and you can add your flat rate here, and this will apply to every order. Orders greater than, I have this really high, which means there's no free shipping basically, because it's unlikely you get an order that big. But if you wanted, say, free shipping for orders over €200 or £200 or whatever, put 200 in there, so that when the order's over that, you'll get free shipping. But if the order's under it, the flat rate €7 will apply. And you can set different shipping options. There's a shop and collect option as well. And when the user gets to the shipping stage, they can choose the shipping option they want, and it will apply that. If you only set one, it will default just apply it and move straight to the confirm order page. Payments is the payment options. I have a bunch of them here, but some of them are kind of like work in progress. So by default, PayPal is included, and the check option as well, because they're fairly straightforward. But every payment method requires an integration, so they're easy to add in. It's basically just dropping in a folder with the files required to run that payment option, and you can, you know, just drop it into your installation and enable it, and then you have your new payment option. But you know, they can be tricky to actually code and create, because you have to go through APIs and stuff like that. But if you need a particular payment option. We can look at adding it in by default. Stripe is one that's requested, which I have to look at. So I'll be looking at that one. And some default text that you want to appear on the payment page. So that's it. I am running out of breath, and I don't want to spend too long on the stream, but hopefully that's a quick overview. I might do another live stream maybe in the future. I definitely want to do more videos going into detail on each of the little areas and things like that. So that is definitely something I hope to do in the future, because the small bite-sized videos are probably easier to learn from than one big long video like this maybe, or something. So yeah, this stream has gone on now. I've actually gone nearly 40 minutes. This is a long time. So anyway, if you joined, thank you for watching. I'll look at putting this up was it on YouTube afterwards. Let's say I might edit it. It's probably there's some sections that didn't go as planned there, but anyway, so thank you for watching anyway, and goodbye.